I am definitely not in Devon. Welcome to Geneva Lake. I'm here in Switzerland for the Inferno Swiss, a 2-day stage race. Each day has 137 miles in it with 5,500 meters of climbing. I've been training for this race all the way through the year, focusing on hill reps, horrible VO2 sessions, lifting heavy in the gym, and even though the last 3 weeks haven't been ideal, I kind of feel ready for this, or as ready as I'm ever gonna be. And I tell you what, this video almost didn't happen because, as you'll see, the weather was biblical on the first day and filming wasn't really easy to stick to because it was just too dangerous to even think about filming in some places. And the Inferno race wasn't easy. This event had drama, stunning beauty, and a battle of legs, bikes, and different nations all pitting against each other. It was the toughest and friendliest race I have ever done. But I think the best thing I'm going to do is go and get a coffee. I'll talk you through some of the bits. There's some really cool footage that I can share with you. So let's go and do that. So where to start? Well, I arrived in Geneva, got a transfer to Inverlaken, which was at the start of the race, registered, ate a lot of cake and drank some coffee. The weather wasn't looking too good, but, Constantine put a shakedown ride together, so we all decided we'd get on our bikes and ride the 18 miles with 3,000 feet of climbing up some pretty steep hills, which, come to think of it, set the scene for the next 2 days rather nicely. And once the shakedown ride was done, we all went to the briefing just to find out how the next day would run, and also Constantine from BCYCLET Inferno Swiss was telling us what would happen if the weather really closed in. Well, it's the start of the Inferno and the weather is looking inclement. It's really difficult to tell what it'll do. It's quite humid, it could piss down with rain. So I'll try and take as much footage as I can. Well, I've done the first feed station and I'm heading up Gimsel Pass. The weather, it's not been pretty, and as I was descending off the first descent, I was so cold. I was shivering so badly, I couldn't descend properly and had a real battle with my head, thinking, not sure if I want to do this. I was like, come on, you need to get on with this. It's part and parcel of doing these events. Definitely, when the weather turns, it just messes with your head so badly. But do you know what, it's warm now, I'm warmer, and for the next hour or so I'm definitely going up, so I ain't gonna get any colder. The weather got so bad that the organisers decided to cut the stage short. They had a great plan of getting us onto a train to get through 2 of the highest passes that we would have climbed. And then once we were off the train, we had 1 more climb to get to our hotel. This experience brought everybody together, sharing, shivering, descending stories and butt-naked kit changes in the men's toilet. The last climb was neutralised because it was still pouring with rain, but of course we all decided to bash it hard anyway, because why not, it's a race. And even though the weather looked like it was changing and getting a little bit better, it thumped it down again on the last descent. What you can hear at the moment is all the rain that's coming off the mountains from the rain that's fallen today, so you can get an idea of just how much water was slashing down on us today. Day 2 of the Inferno, and The mood is definitely somber today after yesterday's absolute drenching. We're all hoping that the weather's going to be pretty good. So fingers crossed that we stay dry today. Yep, day 2 started off very cold, but it didn't rain. This day was going to be a challenge of what to wear so you didn't freeze your bits off. It's definitely warmer than it was yesterday, but it's going to be the day of figuring out putting jackets on, taking jackets off, questioning your wardrobe choices, because as we climb it just gets colder and colder. Over the morning, the weather changed from being very cold to 27 degrees. In full winter kit, this was definitely the wrong kit choice. And by the time I hit the Albular Pass, I was stripping off, rolling up all my kit and trying to get as cool as I possibly could. Luckily, at the top of the Albular, the support van was waiting for us so I could change into some kit, which was glorious because I could get out of my winter kit and put some summer kit on. But do you know what, climbing the Albular, it was so hot in my winter kit, didn't matter how much I was trying to strip it all off. I reckon I just sweated loads and I lost a lot of fluid, and therefore I was pretty dehydrated. This is Nico.
Hey guys.
He's put a late spurt on.
Yeah. As they say, I'm good from behind. No, I didn't say that. I know how to pace myself, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I went too hard on this one, but I mean, you have to start suffering at one point, no?
Yeah.
How about you?
That was the last climb.
It was the last time with half decent legs.
Even though it was 30 degrees in the mountains, dropping off the mountains and doing those long descents was still icy cold, and it's just such a difficult thing to get right. One moment you were sweating buckets and the next moment you were freezing your backside off. The Umbrella Pass was the last big mountain climb. It was 12 kilometers with an average gradient of 10%, and the Garmin was mainly showing red and purple. At the bottom, Nico had taken an early lead, so I upped the pace a little bit, gapping Daniel and hoping that Nico had gone too soon. But he never gave up, and I couldn't get that minute back off him, even though that we were playing cat and mouse, catching him dropping off and catching him dropping off. He still held pace. So he got the win at the top, but the race for GC solo competitor was still up for grabs. Given the placing and the times over the 2 days of the Inferno Swiss, it was still all to play for. But when we looked at the timing, it turned out that I won the solo category as a solo rider, which I'm, super chuffed with. I was totally not expecting that. I knew I was going there in as good shape as I could give it, and I wanted to give it my best shot, and I hoped that I'd be up amongst the better climbers in the race itself, but to win it, it's just like mind-blowing. I have to give a huge shout out to Daniel, who was super strong on all the climbs, and on day 1 he gave me a big run for my money, and Nico for smashing the Umbrail like a man possessed, and for Fabian and Johannes, who won the pairs event. Those two were on another level. And big thanks to BCYCLET Inferno Swiss. These guys made this whole thing happen in what was the worst conditions. So a big thanks to you all. You guys just did an amazing job. Righty, that's it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll be back in a couple of weeks.